You ever watch somebody get promoted to manager and just they slowly start to crumble? Like one week they're pumped, and the next week they're pale, a little twitchy, living off the good old cup of coffee, and doubting every single decision that they make. Yeah, that's not bad luck. That's the system. And it happens fast because in reality, most new managers don't fail from a lack of effort. They fail because they walk straight into traps that they don't even see coming. So if you're a new manager or you're about to become one, I want you to listen close because these traps, they don't wait for 6 months. They don't wait for you to be ready. They start crushing you before month one even ends. And if you've already stepped in one, don't worry. You can climb out, but first you got to see them. Okay, let's talk about the first one. The I'm going to prove myself trap. I know you know the one. It's that voice in your head that says, I need to show them they made the right choice. So you start doing everything. Start working late, start answering every question, solving every problem all by yourself. And at first, it feels kind of good. I mean, you're the hero. You're saving the day. You're fixing everything that the old boss ignored. You're finally showing people how it should have been done all along. But underneath that, you're building a system that only works if you never stop running. And when your team starts leaning on you for everything, it's not because they're lazy, it's because you trained them that way. You created a dynamic where success equals you doing more, which means the better you perform, the heavier it's going to get. And let me tell you, this trap is going to eat you alive because there's no finish line. You see, proving yourself isn't about being the answer. It's about building people who can find their own answers. That's the actual proof of leadership. So instead of saying, I'll prove myself, flip it. Say, I'll build proof through people. Because when your team grows, your value grows with them. Now, this second trap, it's a sneaky one. It's what I like to call the friendly boss trap. You want everyone to like you. Why wouldn't you? You want to keep the same energy you had before you got promoted. You don't want to come off as like some corporate robot barking orders. I get that. So what do? We tiptoe around accountability. We sugarcoat feedback. You avoid the tough conversations because, again, you don't want to be that manager. And then in a few weeks, things are going to start to slide. Deadlines slip, standards fade. People start testing limits, not because they're bad, but because you never set them. You're frustrated now, but you don't feel like you can say anything because you've built a culture where being liked mattered more than being clear. And now you're stuck in the middle between friendship and leadership. Listen, I get it. Nobody wants to become the bad guy overnight, but leadership isn't about being liked. It's about being trusted. And people trust clarity a lot more than they trust comfort. Let me put it to you this way. People don't want a boss who's nice all the time. They want a boss who's consistent all the time. Yes, being nice all the time falls into consistency, but I think you know what I'm saying. They want someone they can count on. So when you say, I just want everyone to be happy, ask yourself, do you want them to be happy in the short term or successful in the long term? Because those two things rarely live in the same room. Now, quick pause, because this is exactly what we work on inside the Better Boss Club. It's where I help new managers build real confidence, real systems, and real boundaries so that they don't burn out trying to be perfect or trying to be popular. At the moment, the doors are closed, but you can sign up to be a founding member. There is a link in the description so that you can get on the wait list. And if you're watching this later, check it out because you can probably get in. Anyways, okay, the third trap, I'm going to figure this out alone. So you stop asking for help. You stop reaching out to old managers or peers because you don't want to look like you can't handle it. You can't handle the truth. Don't know where that came from. You think leaders are supposed to know. So you carry everything yourself. You overthink every decision. You isolate. And that's when the pressure starts to rise. You start doubting yourself because there's no one reality checking you. You start missing simple wins because you're too deep in your own head. And by week 3, you're wondering if you're even cut out for this role. Again, here's the truth. Strong managers do not operate solo. They build a small circle of support and use it. They talk through problems. They learn faster because they don't waste time pretending to be invincible. And listen, asking for help does not make you weak. It makes you efficient. It means you care more about getting it right than looking right. If you've ever had a boss who seemed calm under pressure, it wasn't because they magically knew everything. It's because they weren't doing it alone. They had people in their corner. And that's what most new managers never get. They think leader means solo operator. But leadership is actually a team sport. And that right there is why the Better Boss Club exists. It's not a course, it's a space. It's a private community where new and growing managers swap real stories, share what actually is working, and get coached through all this messy human stuff that we're talking about right now. If you're tired of learning through trial and error, get on the waiting list. It's built to shorten the painful learning curve that every new manager hits. Because here's the bottom line. Again, leadership doesn't fall apart from big mistakes. It falls apart from small, unexamined habits that snowball before you even notice them. Proving yourself, people pleasing, pretending you've got it all figured out. Those aren't beginner mistakes. They're leadership habits. And if you don't fix them early, they're going to follow you for years. And the worst part, nobody tells you that. They just throw you the title, hand you a team and say, well, good luck. But again, you don't need luck. You need clarity. You need boundaries. You need a system that makes leadership simpler, not heavier. And again, that's what the Better Boss Club will help you build. Practicality, step by step, with real humans, definitely me included, doing the same thing beside you. You don't need to be the perfect boss by month 1, by month 2. You just need to stop doing the things that bury you by month 1 and 2. And that starts by slowing down. It starts by getting honest and building the kind of habits that help you lead for real, not just to survive. So if you want help making that shift, and if you're ready to feel like you actually know what you're doing instead of guessing every frickin' day, get on the wait list. And when you've done that, get your coffee. You earned it. Okay, I'm going to see you in the next video.